Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. I'm excited to announce an update to Divi Assistant. We are now at 135 features. We have added 15 new main features, and I want to show you all about that in this video. So let's take a look. I'll just go over everything on the blog post so you can follow along with that if you want to be following along. So disable comments, that's a new startup feature. There's a new feature to show the icons you can see in the screenshot in the plugins list when you import and export your list of plugins. We have a new option here to select or deselect all of them, and the check mark is over here. Just a nice handy feature, a nice improvement. So, okay, so here we go. So this screen here, as you can see, is the import and export screen from the main Divi Assistant settings. So like right here, right? So what this is, now, before this update, this was importing and exporting Divi Assistant settings only, right? So like anything, for example, if you turn this setting on and export it, and then you import the settings, this setting will be on in the next site that you add it, right? Well, with this update, we have so many more options. Now you can include global colors in Divi, so you can set up a template site that you want. You can include the Divi theme options now, the customizer settings, the module presets. You can, whether you want to or not, the Divi library layouts, depending if you're using them in your layouts and whatever. Theme builder templates, that's a big one. So the theme options, customizer, and theme builder templates, those are all amazing that we can do this. Okay, so you will export it, and then there here's what you can do. You can make multiple templates of Divi Assistant and Divi. You could even set up a website that has a theme builder template header and a footer, maybe a blog post. You could set up colors, your fonts. You could set up everything the way you like it, right? And then go in here and export it, and then label that like website template A or blueprint A, whatever you want to call it. Then do it again, make some changes, client type B, whatever it is that you're doing. It's actually a really powerful feature that I wanted to highlight here, probably more than anything, just because making templates to get you started quickly. All right, moving on. Duplicate posts and pages. I mean, how cool is that? You can delete that plugin that you have. Now you can just do it with a setting, right? Yep, duplicate posts and pages. Turn that on. You'll have a little option when you're on a post or a page, or in the list of pages in the back end. Completely disable comments if you're not using a blog. Here's a good one. Hide the Divi builder button. So when you're using the classic editor, you don't want your client clicking on there and enabling the builder. It'll mess it all up. So you just hide the button. Wasn't possible before. Ooh, here we go. SMTP integration. All right, so this is mainly for the contact form, but if you're using the contact form or any kind of emails that you're sending, even the error messages, like when you have a critical error or whatever, you need SMTP enabled to deliver the messages from WordPress. WordPress does not do a good job of sending email, if you didn't know, so you need an email sending service like this. So we added the settings for you to integrate to it right here. So you enable that, and then here's the different settings. We also have this email sending test tool, right? So you can put in your email and then send. And if you get the email, well, then it's working. So those are really cool, very helpful features. In the Visual Builder, oh, and by the way, we added a new Visual Builder helper. This used to be a sub-tab of the utility helper, but it made sense to move it out here. So what did we add? Oh yeah, hide Divi Cloud. Anywhere there's a Divi Cloud option in the Divi Builder, when that is enabled, right here, hide Divi Cloud. That will hide those options. Next one, when you're in that screen that opens like pre-made layouts and stuff, there's this little like add, find more layouts or find more whatever in the Divi Marketplace. So you can turn that on if you don't want that. In the Styles helper, we added this incredible global color manager. Now, this was my own feature request to myself, because I ended up working on a site where I added global colors in such a way where I had like, you know, like dark, medium, light of a color. And here I messed up and I had them in like the wrong order. And I was like, huh, I wonder if there's a way that I could rearrange the order of the colors. I could put a label here, totally new feature. I could label it whatever I want. That's for internal reference only. And then you can see this little like up and down arrow. You'll be able to like click it and it'll move down. Then you can click it again, it'll move down. So you can rearrange them, you can label them, you can add them, and you can delete them all within this like manager area now. That's inside the styles helper. Okay, so it's going to show up here. So like right here, I could pick this red color and I could call it, you know, whatever, cherry red or whatever I'm gonna call it. I could add another one here. This is my green, main green. And then I could change the order if I want and save changes. In the fonts helper, I just changed the icons. I wanted to try to make it, I didn't know what to do for local fonts because it's like, how do I indicate that a font is local? So I put the little icon. We added graphics, we added graphics for a lot of tools. Okay, here we go. Here's my, I don't know if this is my favorite or not, but it's either my favorite or second to favorite. You know when you go to the media library these days, after a recent WordPress update, oh my goodness, you just have to keep clicking the button over and over to load more. This screenshot shows it. Super annoying. It is like one of my pet peeves. I was so annoyed at that. Well, all you have to do now, go to Divi Assistant, go to Media Helper, click on Library, and enable this setting. And your worst frustration is over, or my worst frustration. That's so cool. It restores that infinite scroll. Replace existing image. That's like when you want to keep the file name, you don't want to mess up. Maybe you've added alt text, maybe you have the caption or the description or just the file name. You want that file name, you don't want to add a -1 or -2. Now you can replace the actual image without changing those file details. How cool is that? Really great feature. This one is about using the image title or the file name as the alt text. So if you upload an image and it did not have an alt text, you know, which is describing the image, you know, for screen readers, for accessibility and SEO, well, now you can say like, use image file name as alt text. So a lot of times for me personally, when I'm writing the file name of the image, I'm like describing it, right? So now when I upload, it will simply put the file name, like write it out like that's the text of the alt text too. Okay, you get the idea. This was in one of the recent updates, expanding the code editor improvements to the integration code editor when you're in Divi theme options. We already had it in the CSS, but now it's in here. So like, you know, I can expand this now, actually see what I'm doing. I can set a minimum height for this, that these would already all be a certain height by default. Oh, and here's one people were asking about, anchor link offset. So when you have a fixed theme builder header, and then you click to go to an anchor link down on a page somewhere. So it's a link that scrolls to somewhere like a section or a module within the page, right? If you had a fixed header, it doesn't account for that. You know what I mean? It's as if the header isn't there when it's calculating the top of the page. So we added this setting to help with that. It's in the front end helper. I didn't know where to put it, but so where's front end helper here? We rearranged these tabs, by the way. They make a lot more sense now. Right here, so I can put an offset distance. So if I know that my header is 100 pixels tall, I can set this offset distance to 100. I'll do a whole video on that, but it's a really cool feature. We made more improvements to the accessibility helper, and there's more coming. Talk more about that later. Maintenance helper, we have these incredible settings to clear the Divi cache based on a schedule or on an action. Like I use this so much. Like I'm almost taking it for granted already, right? So where's maintenance helper? Right here. So when you have, I have a clear Divi cache setting. So I can put this here to every whatever, every hour, clear the Divi cache, and then every time I exit the builder, every time I update a plugin or update Divi, it's going to clear the cache. So every time I exit the builder, I was having problems with the Divi cache. I know everyone has been lately. And this solves it. Because when you exit the builder, well, it just cleared it. So now the view is perfect. It's brilliant. I'm so happy with that feature. That may be my favorite feature ever. All right, so for support helper. So what we did here, we added temporary login support, like for us, when we're helping with an issue. And all you have to do is enable the setting and then copy the link, right? And then it will last a certain amount of time. And then we can log in and fix the issue. And then you can disable it. And it's super secure. We built in tons of features. You can read about it. And the great thing about this is you could use this for anyone else's products too. If you have Divi Assistant enabled and you're using some other random WordPress plugin, you can be like, here's the login, and send them the link. Or let's say you have an issue with one of my other plugins, Divi Dynamic Helper, and you need help and you also have Divi Assistant. Well, you can come into Divi Assistant and share the link. Okay, so it's supposed to make it super convenient for both of us. So here's something. So we actually moved the save button to the left, and we added one at the bottom. Due to popular demand, we added one at the bottom, and to make it consistent, we didn't want to have like top on the right, bottom left. It didn't feel right to put it on the right. So I moved them both to the left. So I hope that's okay. If you're still watching, you're amazing, because that was just so many features to go over. All right, so what do you want to see next? Let's see, what are we working on next? We're working on this really cool troubleshooter guided, like some people call it a wizard, you know, like a guided step-by-step thing. The troubleshoot common issues in Divi. I think there's around 10 steps or so. It'll automatically clear cache. It'll tell you about saving your permalinks. I forget what else it does. That's cool. That's coming up. We have a search bar for the settings coming. So you'll be able to search. You'll be able to like type in hide in any setting that says hide this or that will pop up. Like the card will pop up for that. We have accessibility improvements coming. We have like a full list of things. So I'm not sure exactly what's coming next, but things we're working on is a whole list of things. Let us know if there's something you want to see next. And yeah, use the built-in feature suggestion form or just send an email over. And we put all of them every time we receive one, we put it in our list. So, all right, hope you enjoy some of these features. In fact, let me know your top 1 or 2 features in this update. I'd like to hear it. I think for me, it's that media library. All right, so anyway, hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment, and we'll see you all in our next update.